And I'm just going to get started because it's already 10:02 and I know everybody's busy because I was going to have such a quiet week and a quiet week this week. No, no such thing. No. And it's a good thing to say that, right? Like it's great to be busy. So I'm going to say happy Thanksgiving to one and all. Hope you had a wonderful break with your families. I know many of you were still busy because I kept getting messages and requests and all sorts of fun things. So that's a good thing, right? It means we're busy. So, which is great news. Any rate, if everybody wants to open up your Propel, that's where we're going to start today's wonderful journey in Propel. Don't show this again. Okay, don't show that again. Propel is the system we're going to start in. Now, has everybody enjoyed 2 trainings with our illustrious Miss Claire, who is here but hiding? I don't know where she went. So we're going to be moving on to every other Thursday where she's going to be doing training, and I'm going to be working on our training calendar for the new year. So she's going to be doing training for social media, training for marketing every other Thursday in Lake Nona and via Zoom, unless it's going to be a social media in the media center. But we're going to be putting together a calendar for the rest of the year, but obviously more to the new year because we're in December, guys. Wow, we're in the short run. That's a little bit crazy. I know there's still some of you who have not gotten with me, believe it or not. I know a lot of you have to do your business plan or perhaps finish your business plan. So let's focus on getting that done. And if you don't have time to meet me in person, let's Zoom. We can still do it via Zoom. So put that in your calendar. And again, don't forget the Christmas party, December 16th at Christini's from 4 to 7 p.m. It's going to be a fabulous event. So you definitely want to add that to your calendar. So moving on, we're talking today, you have a listing, now what? And it's so funny because we have so many tools. Has anybody noticed that? Maria, you're brand new to our company. Are you overwhelmed yet?
I'm excited.
Okay, excited. We have a lot of toys in our tool chest. We sure do. And actually, those of you who've been with us for a long time, a lot of you sit down with me and you still go, oh, that's where that thing is. And then I have a lot of you saying, if only there was a checklist. I get that question a lot. Well, I wish there was a checklist. If you had a listing, what do you do in the beginning? What do you do to get started? So for those of you who have heard me say this before, I apologize. For those of you who haven't heard me say this, you're welcome. There is a checklist. We're going to do it. And I'm going to be somebody who actually has a listing because as your illustrious broker, I have so many listings, but because I'm non-competing, I have none. So I'm going to log in as somebody else. What office am I in? I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to go to advisor. Let's
Hi.
see. Hello? Someone talking to me? Do you want to share something? Please, I love that. All right, what am I in? Oh God, no, I'm not. I'm in the company. I'm in as an advisor. I can't do that. Office manager. Let's be Southwest since I'm in Southwest today. All right. Advisor. Let's go. Somebody. I'm gonna go in as Chad because I've been doing that lately and I got Miss Shandy in front of me, who's on his team now. And you're going to see a couple things that'll be good. Okay. When you are part of a team, you have every time you log in, whether you're the team lead or part of a team, you get advisor or team administrator. I want you to know that because several of you are part of a team or maybe having a team. As a team, you get your own website and a team website. You get to choose every time how you want to log in. This is important. I would suggest as a team deciding how you want to do things. Do you want pulse reports to be set up as a team or pulse reports to be set up as an individual? Okay, these are things you got to think about when you have listings. Are we setting up your listings, all listings as a team, or you're setting up all listings as individuals? Things like this you have to think about. Okay, and this is where when you log in as your from your CRM, where do you want to log in as? Do you want to log in as an advisor or do you want to log in as a team? Everybody clear on that? Okay, for the moment, I'm logging in as an advisor. It doesn't mean that that's what Chad's done, but but that's what I'm doing. Okay. So everybody's clear. So now you see there's Chad. Chad, are you on? I don't even know if he's here today. He might be on, but I got Shandy here. Anybody else on the team? Not right now. Lewis, Chad, are you in? He might be on. Okay. So when you are logged in as an advisor, so I'm on as an advisor because in case you're not on a team, everybody's is going to look the same. Everybody good with that? You have a listing. Now what? Where's the first place for a gold star? Anybody? Where do you go first? Anybody know? I love it. Lisa gets a gold star. But here's the question, Lisa. She said, ready pro. Oh, Chad is coming in now. So he can see I'm logged in as him. Should I tell him? So you are right. Ready Promo dashboard. Does anybody know where it's found? Because this is the funny thing. People are like, yes, there's a Ready Promo dashboard. There's two places it's found.
It reduces the next month automatically.
For a silver star? Okay. Guys, there's two places Ready Promo dashboard is found. One, always go home.
So
Always go
would
home.
challenge you on the fact that it wasn't working more.
And everybody that is home, please mute yourself. Mute. So when you go home, you see it right here, Ready Promo dashboard.
Okay, so let's figure out, let's make sure because that's going to be a common thing.
Okay, so when you go to Ready Promo dashboard, that's where your listings live. Now I want to show you one other place where Ready Promo dashboard lives. It lives right here on your Propel dashboard, bottom left tile. Now, the reason I'm pointing this out in this manner is because when you're in your Propel, you're always in it as an advisor. Meaning, if you decide that you want to send things out as a team, you have a choice when you go into your CRM to log in as the team first. So if you had done that, if you had logged in as the team in MLS, that doesn't help anybody. Oh, no, now I'm here. Where the heck was I? Then I could be in this as a team. Does everybody follow me? But in Propel, which is so confusing because we have Propel and then your CRM. See, I clicked on CRM to get over there. But if I just clicked on it from here, you're always going to be at an individual. So if you want to get to those pieces, your list, track, all that kind of stuff, as a team, you have to start at your CRM. Everybody understand that? Is it kind of clear?
Yes.
Yay, thank you. So I could have just started here, but I didn't want to because I want to make it clear. It's especially if you have a team, because I have several teams now. It's important you understand you have a choice. You have a choice if you want your communication to go out from you individually or as a team. And you get to choose that by where you start your journey of sending it from here, or if you want to go from CRM. Okay. In this instance, we're in as an individual. Everybody good? Now we're going to pick my favorite peninsula, Miss Sylvie, 12.9 million, you know, a usual one for us, regular Sotheby's style. Now, this is what's cool. As soon as your listing is live, these are things that our illustrious marketing team has done for you. Everything. So when you say, well, where's the checklist? Here it is, guys. What should you do when you have a listing? Well, I think it's a good idea to email it to everybody and say, I have a listing, right? Who should you send the email to? Well, a good thing is to send it to realtors who sell in that particular area and that particular price point. How do you get their emails? Oh, I don't know. If only there was somebody who had access to realtors who could put it in by price point, by oh, wait, that's me. I have that. You can say, Carrie, can you put into my CRM all the realtors who sell in Ponce Inlet above this price point? I'm going to tell you there's 3 of them. No. We better open that scope up. So, but you can give me the parameters of what we're looking for. I have broker metrics. Don't tell. I'm not supposed to do that, but of course I do. I can do a search based on area, based on who sells in that area, based on the price point that they're selling, based on their volume. And then I will upload it into your CRM. So you can just create the email and send it out. Well, you don't have to create the email, I'm sorry. The email is already created. You just click on it and send it out. Follow me? So you just say, put the list in and I will create the list for you and it'll be in there. We don't want to send it from us because they will unsubscribe. If it's from Premier Sotheby's, Premier Sotheby's, Premier Sotheby's, you're just going to unsubscribe. If it's from Lisa, if it's needs everything, Ariana, Linda, Shandy, Maria, they're gonna say, oh, well, we like them. We're gonna look at that. But if it's from Premier Sotheby's, they're going to unsubscribe. So we don't want that. That's why we'd rather come from you. If you don't like these pictures, you just click and change them, guys. It is as simple as pie. If you don't want all these words, you just click on them and change them. Super easy, but it is created for you. If you don't want to say just listed, you could say, for example, right here, new to market.
Just Premier agent?
No, you send it to anybody you want. When you say email,
Mhm.
you pick the contacts that are in your database. And there's groups. So I would put a group in there of the realtors you told me. And I would say for Sylvie, because that's her. Or I would say, Ponce Inlet above 12 million. The 3 people or or whatever the case is, right? And that way you'd look for the group and you'd send it. You just select it.
Have access to the text them this information, or is it only that email?
This particular one right here is an email. From this system, we are working on getting more text capability. So that's phase 2. And it goes phase 3 and phase 4. But that's where it's going, yes. Great question. So that's the email right there. Then you want to order your brochures. Look, you have $200 for your postcards. Could you send out just listed? Sure. Do I think it's a waste of money? Absolutely. I'd rather send just solds. Why? Because I'd rather get more listings, right? So it's your choice. But you can just go right here to My Marketing Matters because that is where your brochures and your postcards live, right? So if you click on that, it takes you right over and opens up the My Marketing Matters. And that's how you can order brochures or postcards, right? It opens right there. Now, you have to create a post for social media, right? Boom, we've done it for you. And as long as you've already linked, you have your Facebook, all of that ready, you just click on it and it will share it right to your Facebook page or your LinkedIn or whatever you have. See, right there. We removed your post. Why? I don't know. They didn't like something I posted. Okay, excellent. Love Facebook. There it is. There's my post ready to go. Now, when you click on this, it'll go back to my website with all this information. Does that mean you can't create another page? No, but at least it's done immediately. And as soon as you have a listing, you should be posting it. Does that make sense? Okay, now that's done. Check, 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 check. Moving along. Custom flyer. Well, of course you want to create a property flyer, right? Ready to go. Maybe you're having an open house, not in $12 million one, but maybe you're doing a broker open, or maybe you're doing a virtual open house. Because if you have a $12 million property, why wouldn't you have a virtual open house? Why wouldn't you be inviting all the Sotheby's advisors all over the globe who might have customers for this home? I would totally do a virtual open house for this home because they need to see it. They need to see what makes this home so special, right? Yes, of course, you're not going to have it open for the neighbors to walk through it. I mean, I'm sure they'd love to, but then Sylvie would never love that. But it would be great to do a virtual one. So you could create this. You could, use this as an email that you could send to all the Sotheby's advisors. You could use this that you wanted to do for a broker open. And again, it's the same thing. You don't like the pictures, you change them. You want to change what it says, you could do that, but it's right here done for you. And then you want to create a neighborhood trend report. Well, I would suggest putting every customer that you have on a neighborhood trend report. You want to add a customer. Chad, I'm not going to send this. Do not worry. He's like, what are you doing? I would say probably what's happening around you, around your home. something like that. What's happening in your neighborhood? But this is probably not really a neighborhood. So you can change how frequent you want the customer to get this, right? Now we're just going to preview this because Chad sends this already. And then you can change even what this says if you like. This is all customizable. And then it tells them what's happening, the for sale, the pending, the solds. It gives them some of the trends that are happening, the properties on market, the days on market. And then it actually gives them a sample of all the data that they can click on to say, oh, what is happening in that property? I wanted to see that property. Because let's be honest, no matter what the price point is, these people need to be realistic if we want to come to them with a price change, right? Lisa? I mean, they may not like it. They may tell you to be creative and pray, but tell them it's a fishing hole. We all get those sellers too, but but the more data we can give them about what's happening in the market, the better prepared they are when we give them the true news, right? So this is a great report we want to have people on. Obviously, we canceled that because I'm sure she's on there. And then the seller report, you can enable it right from here. So those things, check, 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 need to be done. Now, the seller's report, I would not enable as soon as you list the property. I would wait a week. You need to have data before you send them a seller's report. And we're going to look at the seller's report, but what is the seller's report? Anybody for 5?
Not the pulse.
The pulse report, what is it?
Shows who's been looking at the property.
Who's been looking at the property, but it's essentially telling them what we're doing, right? So if you send them a report that's empty, it tells them we're not doing anything. It doesn't look very good, right? We're done and we're going to do all this stuff. And then they're like, it's empty. So I would suggest to wait a week before I set this one up, right? So now that also has on here their virtual property tour, their virtual website, their website. So these things I would also then email to them. They should see what their own website looks like. They should see what their home looks like on your website and their home on our company website. So these are all things that you should be emailing to them so that they see their home already being exposed. So all of these things, check, 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 you should have done something with. They're not there just for fun. We actually should be using them. Does that make sense? Is that a great checklist? Now, when it hits the seller's report, I would not do it from here. I would go over here to listings and go to pulse report. You see that pulse report? Now, the pulse report is already created for you. You don't even have to make it. It's done. But then we're going to look at it. So let's take a peek at it. Now, this one obviously has been around a couple months. And here it is. And it tells them who is, to your point, been looking at the listing details, the search results. Where have they been looking at it, right? Have they been on Apple TV, that kind of thing. And then this is the listing exposure. Now, here's the key point with the listing exposure. Things like Premier Expressions eBlast. This is being added by our marketing team because our marketing team is creating the Premier Expressions eBlast. So as they do these things, when it went into our beautiful, what is that new book called? We used to call it Reside. Thank you. We changed names and then it just went blank. Too much turkey. It's still the tryptophan. So when it went to the Reside, right? Obviously they put it in here. When they create a blog or they create something like this, they put those in here because the company is creating that. But for example, Property Star Italy, this is something we added. This is being syndicated around the globe. This is put in as a digital piece, as a digital image. The reason I chose, and I threw this one in here, Chad, I don't know if you saw this, but I threw this in here because with Proper Star, this is translated into, oh my gosh, hundreds of languages, because this particular syndication goes all over Europe, it goes over, Eastern Europe, it goes all over. It gets translated into so many languages. But on the very top, it's easy when they're opening just to say, do you want to translate it to English? So if they click on that by accident, every page is going to look the same. So you have all these proper stars, but each link is going to look the same. Super not cool, right? But if you took a digital image of it, it's always going to look like the language it was in because it's a fixed image. Does that make sense? So I took a picture of this one, which is in Italy, in Italian, in Italy. I love that. It is in Italy. That's where they're syndicating this. But also the other cool thing is you could choose the pictures. So if you want the pictures, because remember, there's always the first 3 pictures that are going to start, but then they scroll. So if you wanted to do this in Dutch and German and Japanese and Taiwanese, and you could do this. They have a billion languages. I'm going a little bit crazy, not quite a billion, but a lot, right? But you could then pick and change the pictures and add them in here. So they would always look different. That is another thing that you could be adding if the listing goes on for a while. Right? If the listing sells quickly, you don't have to do that. But if it goes on for a while and we keep wanting to show the seller new things, this is a fun new thing that we could quickly add, and I'll show you how to do that. All right, everybody clear with that? Now, things like the Orlando Sentinel, this is being added for you by the marketing team because remember, every listing that is above 350 gets added into our Orlando Sentinel. Always goes in there and then it gets put on a rotation. So here it was just put in there again, right next to our Ocala listing for $14.9. That looks so nice, doesn't it? It's fabulous. I love it. So our listings, ours, yes, our number 1 and number 2. I love that. Okay. So, and then we have more down here. That's so great. But anyway, so this is how it goes. What they will do is they will constantly put them in there. So you'll see Orlando Sentinel, Orlando Sentinel. So it was April. And then they had it again in April, April 30th, April 18th. So they keep putting them in there. Why is April 18th? Oh, that's reside. Sorry. September 12th, November 26th. That is sort of weird that it's out of order. So September 12th, and you have November 26th down here. I don't really understand why that's out of order. That's pretty special, but anyway, it is. So we're going to go with that. Orlando Weekly, it was in there, so it shows in there. Now this blog post, let's see who put this in there, was Premier Sotheby's. It was on our blog post, so this is, again, our marketing team putting it in there. Now, things like the Juwai in China is super cool, right? Because who doesn't want to see their house translated into Chinese? This is a digital link. This is an active link. And so what happens when you put it into the Juwai, once it's in there, it does not go through a rotation. So certain publications through Sotheby's, you put it in there and it rotates. So it's not always a live link. But with the Juwai, you put it in there and it stays there for the life of the listing. Now, do I know which ones syndicate and then rotate? No. But so that's, I mean, I know that the Juwai never changes. So I just know because I've seen these things over and over again. But these are things that you'll get from List Sync. Stay connected. So List Sync, remember, is our site where we can help build the exposure for this report. This is something that we always, listen, our company is putting tons of stuff on there, but we always want to make it look better, don't we? So we just go in here, we hit view listings, and we type in the address, which is really cool if I remembered what it was. It is 4852. Let's just go back here. 485 Pennsylvania South. There it is, Pennsylvania Drive. And then you say go to listing, and there it is. And then it shows you all of the places it's going. So you can click and it'll tell you, here it is in the James edition. It'll tell you the last day it's indicated. So September 17th was the last day it pushed. I think the James edition doesn't change. Once it goes in the James edition, it stays in the James edition. So you're fine with that. But you can copy this link and we can add it into that. But Le Figaro, I think, is one of those that changes. Let's see. if it opens. Oh, there's Le Figaro. This is in France and Switzerland is the biggest ones that has the biggest publications. But you see, it's in English. Could you change it? Sure, but it recognizes where you're coming from, and it makes the language based upon where you are, which is cool for the user. So cool for our report. I'm just saying, but that's where that is. But we have something that will show you where these things all have their visual, their readership from, which I'll show you as well. So Mansion Global is another one. Once you syndicate in Mansion Global, it stays in Mansion Global. Oh, I'm wrong. Right here. I lied. Look at that. I'm a liar. So this means it's on a rotation. So I would say if you're building a report, only add it when you see it, because it'll tell you when the syndication is live. So Mansion Global pushed September 17th. So I don't know at what point it came out of syndication, and then it'll re-push again. So probably sometime this week it'll re-push again, and then it'll be back in syndication. Because remember, Sotheby's has these exclusive partnerships where they have to rotate their listings as well, just like we rotate through the Sentinel.
Is that what those little like, those, you know, those-
That's what these things are telling you. These things are additional, like Barron's, maybe at the same rotational though as Mansion Global. And we'll see in a sec. Yep, see? So I would say if they're in the same line, they probably are in the same rotational schedule. Hmm. Yes, only put it on your report when you click on it and you see it. You can, or if you know it's like Mansion Global and it CGI, you can use the hot link because it's always going to syndicate. Mansion Global, since we see that it's on a rotational basis, the other way you can get around that is take a picture and use an actual image versus the link. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you go one way or the other. It depends on really how long you think this listing is going to last. That's the thing. Because this comes and goes, right? And that's the whole point. But there are so many of these. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. But the one I want to really show you, which is super cool, where did it go? Oh, Proper Star. This one is so cool. I'm just going to show you this really fast. I have time. And see the list of portals. There are so many languages. So let's say we wanted to see this one in Greek. What does it look like in Greek? I don't know. We're going to check it out. Now, he doesn't have this one in Greek. Chad, if you think you're on, we're going to put it in. How cool does that look? Right? Does that look super cool? Right? I love it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to make that small. Okay, we're going to actually get rid of this thing too. Okay, we're going to accept your dang cookies. Let's go. All right, accept the cookies. I don't care. Whatever. Just go away. Go away. Go away. Whatever. All right, now we're going to take a picture. I'm going to show you how I do this. So this is in Greece, as we can all see. Do you think that shows it enough? Well, we can put that in there. It doesn't matter. Right? Now I'm going to add this to her report. And I'm going to go in here. Chad, do you mind if I add this to her report? I'm sure he doesn't.
Oh, no, please don't do that.
Please don't add any more to her exposure. She hates it.
Oh, that's fine. I'm driving.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so how do we do that? You see under listings here, listing exposure. You guys all see that? You click on listing exposure and you say new. And you're going to say Proper Star. Oops, Greece. We're going to put in today's date because I didn't pay attention to when this syndicated. So we're just going to say today because why? Why not? Right? Well, actually, I think it's probably way back. Let's put in, I'm going to put in the 24th of November. All right, I'm going to say that this is digital advertising and I'm going to use a file instead of a URL. Okay. Now I'm going to attach my file, which is my screenshot. And now I have to pick my listing, which is, again, I don't remember. Does anybody remember the 4852? 4852. Admit mark. South. Annoying. South. Oh, I did 25. I'm dyslexic now. Pennsylvania. Okay. It has to come up. You see how I added that? Now I'm gonna hit save and close. Okay. So I could have done that with a URL, or I could have done that with a file. So now if I want to go back into his pulse report and let's take a picture, look at it. And I see proper start Greece. That's pretty cool. Now, I could have changed the pictures. I didn't get that far. I didn't think about it. I'm terrible, but I could have. Right? Everybody understand? Pretty neat, right? But what if I didn't do that and she just changed it to English? It would have looked the same as everything else, and it's just not as cool. All right, so that's what List Sync is about, right? So List Sync is one of those tools. That's the only thing we use List Sync for. Is everybody following me what List Sync is for? So now you understand, if you have gone to Ready Promo Dashboard, we have gone down the entire set of tools. We went into the Pulse report, and now we know how to make the Pulse report better, right? Everybody good? There's one last thing that we have to do to a listing to prepare for our sellers that is not on this list. And the reason it's not on the list is because it's from Sotheby's. So we're doing all this cool marketing, right? But we don't know how it's working because Sotheby's tells us that. So now we have to log into Sotheby's. And in Sotheby's, we have List Track. List Track, it's funny, MLS tried to have a List Track, but theirs doesn't work at all. It's terrible. Have you used it, Maria? Do you think it works? It's terrible because it really doesn't give you good data. The data is terrible because what our data links to is so much better. So let me pull it up. Dr. Phillips. Okay. So let's look at the same property to get an idea. Let's look at the analytics. So this analytics here will give you by a 30-day, or you could be a specific. Let's say you did something that week. Maybe you had an open house. Maybe you did a virtual open house. Maybe you did a broker open. Whatever you did, you can actually do a report just for that 7 days for a custom period of time. You know, let's see what happened over the weekend. We did something special, a big push over the weekend. We want to see what the analytics were for the weekend. You could pull a custom, or you could look at the whole life of the listing, which will take a moment or two because this is a very extensive life of this one. But what it's going to tell us over the last 30 days, this home has had, the life of the listing, this home has had almost 110,000 views. These views are unique views. So we've had sellers will say when it goes down to where the views are and how many from Zillow, how many from Zillow on this day, that kind of thing. Zillow will tell you if a cat jumps on the keyboard and keeps hitting it, that's how many views, right? They just keep counting them over and over and over again, right? That's not a unique view. A unique view is the first time someone looks at it. That is what we are counting here. We're only counting unique views. So just so you know, they've had 15 inquiries on this property. 37 people have favorited this property, and there's 12 people who have shared it. For a $12.9 million property, that's not too shabby. And we've had several offers on this property. We're not going to talk about that right now. So
How long has this home been on?
this home, we'll know, started on the market with us a year, November 2nd of last year. But it's not how long it's been on the market because it was on the market prior to that. It just didn't have this kind of activity. Chad, do you want to share the difference of it being on the market with Premier versus being on the market with Coldwell Banker?
Yeah, it was actually on the market with
A local.
the local company over there that didn't get any activity. Then with Coldwell Banker, and then with us. So it's been on the market for a while. we've had offers, good offers, but not quite where the seller wants them, and they don't have to sell. So, um, got a buyer coming to look at it this week. It was supposed to be today, but we had to postpone it. But should have it sold soon.
Yes, we will.
It has it's been on the market with us for a year, so I've had to have it extended twice. But when you're doing all of this stuff, they will have no question about relisting with you to keep your listing going. Unlike the others where it expired and they chose to go with someone else, so they can see that even though it hasn't sold yet, it's a unique property. Yeah, we have had offers, just not where they want, but they can see that there's nobody else that could market it better than we are and get more exposure than we are. So it's not any, it's nothing that we haven't done that the property hasn't sold. It's just got to find the right buyer. But they have no question that we're doing our job, and because we're showing them all of these reports weekly of all the views from around the world and everything. So if you're using these tools and something doesn't sell, it won't expire. They will relist with you.
Thank you, Chad. Also, can we say that even our offers have been would be the highest price sold ever on the whole coast?
Yes, yeah. The offers that we have are higher than the highest sale ever over there. So
So they're good. They're just not
yeah,
where.
good offers. Definitely they were getting nowhere close to those offers prior. So we're doing our job, and we will get it sold soon.
Thank you, Chad. Now, the reason I'm pulling this one up because this one shows so much great data. So you can see, for example, and this is in the last 30 days, like the James Edition, July, Chapin. These are the places that are pulling in the last 30 days most of the hits from. So it's not only the Zillows or the MLSs, it's from different Sotheby's offices, North Country Sir, Canada Sotheby's. So they're telling us, Chapin Sotheby's, they're telling us we need to contact our affiliates so we can work together to find the buyer. Okay. And then also I wanted to show you this map list tells us, so in the last 30 days from Spain, there have been 9 people that have looked. Again, these are unique views. So the most amount of people that have been looking have been from Spain. Then it gives us the list of all of them. So we can see it's very interesting. Belgium is on the top 10, the UK, Argentina. So we can see that our international marketing has been very effective. And we can actually, and it goes, obviously, you can go through the whole list page by page to see where they're all coming from. Canada, New Zealand, Germany, a lot of Canada, Paris, Denmark. We use this now to either, when we're doing social media, to target those zip codes, also to work with our Sotheby's offices. But we can also export these and we can get them to our seller so that they can see also all the marketing that we're doing. It can also see where they're sharing them from. And if we do this for where they're favoriting them from the life of the listing. So we also can get inquiries from the James Edition. We can get inquiries from Sotheby's International Realty. So this particular property has had it from Sotheby's, MLS, Luxury Estate, and from Premier Sir. Now, the other thing I wanted to point out, so we just saw that in the last 30 days, let's say Chapin Sir. Well, we're all like, where the heck is Chapin Sir? I don't know. This is what's really great. We just go back to our Sotheby's site. We click on the 3 bars here. We say search offices. We put in the name, Chapin, and we hit search. Well, this is what's cool. That is in New York. Here's the zip code, but there's only one office. So this would be a great office to reach out to directly. And we can just give them a call and say, hey, we see you've had a lot of interest in this one particular listing. What other information can we get you? And we work together with them to help try to find the buyer. That happens a lot, even overseas. So, if it's one office, it's great to just reach out to the office. If it's multiple offices, like Sotheby's Canada, sometimes we have Alex Wilbert, who helps us get the head of marketing, and we'll have marketing, they'll send out all of our materials for us to all of their advisors and all of their offices. So it just depends on how many offices that they have. But in one office, it's super easy, right? Because there's only one office. So this is a great way to help also. And they love that. And they do that with us all the time. We always want to work together. That is the whole point of Sotheby's. It is the most collaborative brand out there. I mean, the whole reason of global networking event is all the people want to come together, meet with each other, refer to each other, because that is what our brand is best known for. So this is a great tool. Do not miss out on this tool. We have sold properties this way a lot. So it is the collaborative nature of our brand. They all want to work. They're not going to be like, why are you calling me? They're going to be like, absolutely, send me what you have. And they will get it out, because that's what we do together all the time. And we even have marketing pieces created where we've sold properties and we send them, Sotheby's working together, and the brand loves to get that out, because that is what we are known for. Absolutely. Questions on how that works? Anybody? Because this is a really special thing about Sotheby's, and you really need to understand how to use that. Now, back in I opened this track again. We had it open. So again, I would wait about a week and you can preview the report. Obviously, this one's been long going, and you can see what the report looks like. But I would say wait a week, because again, you need to make sure that they're seeing data, right? And this one's going to give the data on how many property views they've had, how many shares, how many people have favorited it, the top 10 countries and zip codes, local versus, and international. And then if they want to see more stats, they click on that, and then they can dig in and see more of the stats that we're seeing. So, and they also see the top sites. But again, if they see that Zillow showed 33,000 property views and they go to Zillow and it says 75,000, ours are unique. Zillow's is not. It's a lot of cats out there, so we don't know. So that's the difference right there. But people do question us about that. Sometimes you get some special sellers.
So in this report, it shows April 2023 and originally listed, and the other report shows like 1 year.
This may just be showing the traffic from April. I don't know. We'd have to ask Chad. I'm not sure. Good questions. Oh, that might just be showing the syndication from November
'Cause the other
23.
one only showed 1 year of data.
Yeah.
This one showed more.
Yeah, because that might have only shown the year on the whole thing. Mhm. Good questions. Now, if you have a problem with questions, something not working on any one of these tools here, do not reach out to our marketing team. Let me say that again. If you have a problem, List Sync, List Track, Design Vault, Presentation Suite, we're going to be rolling out MoxieWorks. Any of these tools or resources, our marketing team, our help team, none of them can help you, because we don't support these. Sotheby's does. These are Sotheby's tools. So you have to reach out to Sotheby's help. They can help you. I've had to reach out to them because my List Sync keeps messing up, and they will help me. But we can't support you because we don't have access to the back end of any of them, because we don't support them. Does that make sense? Okay. I have people all the time reach out to me, Carrie, can you help me with this? Here's the answer. No. Neither can anybody at Premier Sotheby's. So just want to be clear on that, guys, because that gets confusing, I know, because it's tools that we use. But remember, we have the Premier tools and the Premier Sotheby's tools. Now I'm going to confuse you one more time. Are you ready? Alejandra? He's like, oh my God, I'm going to be confused. Nah, you're not going to be confused. I mean, you might. I don't know. I can't say. I don't know. You might be. So if you went into all of our brand tools, you might get confused. There's a reason that I go into your computer and I put some stars and then I only show your favorites. Because if we go in here, we see Active Pipe. You guys all see that? And then if we go into our Propel, right? Let's go to Propel. No, that's not Propel. Where's my Propel? Propel. We don't call it Active Pipe here. We call it email marketing. But what is it? We hit on it and it is Active Pipe. Is that confusing for a second? We have Active Pipe. We have Active Pipe. Okay, now to take it for the confusing stuff. Do not ever use this Active Pipe. And I'm going to explain why. Active Pipe is a tool and a resource given to us from the brand. We have paid for upgrades on Active Pipe. So we have an upgraded solution for our Premier Sotheby's advisors. And then we, with our marketing team, give you different templates and stuff that are created from our marketing team. So if you access this one, they may ask you to pay, number one. So don't do that. And number two, you won't have any of the Premier Sotheby's templates that we made, because it's only the Sotheby's stuff. Does that make sense? I know it's confusing, but it's one of those things. So that's why you don't want to use some of the tools on here. You only want to use the stuff that I'm telling you to use, because we have chosen certain things that we really like. Now, List Sync, most people don't talk about. I love it to build your pulse report. But let's go into List Sync one more time. Just for fun, we're going to go in there. This is one thing that I do get some panic calls on. Just want to talk about it for 1 second. Let's go back to 4852, right? Yeah, that's it. Some people are like, I love this call. Carrie, I don't know if I'm opted in. I can't change these buttons. Please do not touch any buttons. That's why marketing doesn't want us in here. Because if for some reason you can change a button and you changed it to opted out, you just killed all your syndication on your listing. Now, I know that none of you would ever do that. So I don't ever worry about it. But I don't think you can change it anyway, because it looks all ghosted. But, you know, sometimes with systems, weird things happen, right? So I'm just pointing out, we don't ever use any of those things. This is a set and forget in terms of that. We use it for the hyperlinks. That's all we're using it for, because it's the easy button for us to be able to add exposure to the pulse report. Everybody good with that? That's the only thing we use this List Sync for. I also use it sometimes to verify that listings are syndicating. Because if you're like, gosh, it's so weird, Carrie, I'm not getting any traffic. And I come in here and nothing is syndicating. I don't see any links working. I know there's a problem. Houston, we have trouble. And I'm going to tell you, sometimes it's your photography. Like, yeah, you had some great pictures taken, but there was a garbage can in a picture. Sotheby's not syndicating that. If there's cars in the picture, they're not going to syndicate that. So there are rules, and sometimes they get flagged, and sometimes they go to Claire, and maybe she missed it, or maybe it was, sometimes it gets stuck somewhere, like somewhere in the daisy chain, and we didn't know, and they hold up the whole listing because the pictures were flagged for some crazy reason. So this is always good for you to say, Carrie, this isn't syndicating. Now, I'll also tell you, you put a listing live in MLS on Friday. Don't contact me on the weekend and say this thing's not syndicating. It's not. Okay, probably, maybe Monday, definitely Tuesday. 48 hours, but I can't even promise over the weekend because I don't know. I don't know if this thing's happening over the weekend. I really can't even tell you. It's about 48 hours for this thing to feed through this system. And by the way, if it's over the weekend, I got nobody to contact. You guys can contact Sotheby's, but really they're going to, and this happens too. Oh, it's your OA's fault. Okay, it's like 0.00001% ever my OA's fault. Just so you know. It's usually some weird thing that happens. Another thing, you put a listing live and then you go TOM and then you go back live and then you pendant and then all these weird changes sometimes can affect syndication, right? So like if you contact me on the weekend and say, Carrie, TOM something. No, Carrie, put it back live. No, Carrie, that's going to throw out for syndication. I'm going to tell you that right now. Because it's supposed to all feed super well, like this instant feed thing. I'm going to tell you that's not true. We may have to push this thing manually again. And so we have to watch it. If that ever happens, I suggest double checking to make sure it's resyndicating. We will look also, but it's always great if you've done something like that to double check to make sure it's syndicating. Because the computers get conflicting messages. I'm not an IT person, my husband is, and he can't use the phone, so go figure. But I don't know, but sometimes there's issues and it stops the syndicating flow. So if that ever happens, we can fix it, but we have to know that it's happening. So just the more that you guys are aware of these things, the better it will flow. That's why I'm pointing it out. Everybody good on that? Yay. All right. So let's go through. Now, you say, Carrie, Lisa, what's your listing? Yeah. Oh, hold on. I just closed it, didn't I? I did. I'm going to go here to list track. Let me go back to close. So when you're new, I'm going to make sure that we do this. We set up this is what your screen should look like. You won't have iProspect. You may or may not have close, but this is what your screen should look like. Starred and only showing your favorites, because I don't want you to get confused with all the other stuff. Okay. No, you don't have those yet. Everything else that you just want Design Vault, Presentation Suite, List Track, and List Sync. Those are the ones you want. Okay, I'm going to go into yours, Lisa. Let's just take a peek. We're going to look at something special. Lisa Campire. And to see how okay, so now we've got the listing. We take the listing. What's next? We go down our checklist. Everybody go with me now? Now, oh my God, Carrie, I'm not getting showings. What do we do? Oh, wait, there's one other thing you have to do. I'm sorry. I'm remiss. We're going to be in Propel. There's another thing you can do. In Propel, everybody should have set up. Oh, I'm going to be in chat still. Dang it. I'm Chad. Okay. Your listing will automatically create a reel and all of that for your listing. That'll automatically happen. But what you can do is you could schedule a different post if you're doing an open house. Like people are like, sometimes I don't know how to do an open house listing. Right here. You could do a listing report. You could create all of this right here in Social Bay. It's all right there ready for you to do. So the third step, which is not on that list, is to go into Social Bay and create extra stuff for your listing. But it doesn't work if you didn't set up your Social Bay. Did everybody in this room set up the Social Bay except for you guys because you're new? But everybody else? Yeah. Ravi, have you? Excellent. We need to get that going. Okay. That's the last thing that you really should be, because you can get some great, like Dawn Giacchetti, she boosted her listing and got 99 verified leads. So it does work. Social Bay is very good. All right. But I would suggest the QR code for the seller's lead, do not use the Social Bay one. Use the one off your website. So when you're selecting where to send them, right? Don't send them to the Social Bay page, because there's a Social Bay where you can send the sellers to find out how much their home is worth. But it makes them go through all these steps to find out. And people get annoyed and they don't give you their information. So I would suggest instead, go to yours, go to how much is your home worth, and just use this link here. Because listen, this way you get their information and they get their information. It's a one step. You'll know about it. They'll get their information. I think it's better than making them go five steps and then they don't do it. So just use this URL instead of the one they have. Swap out the URL when you're going to boost a listing for Social Bay. Everybody good with that? Because you'll still get the lead. You still get the lead. But if they make them do 5 steps, because you get 2 opportunities of leads when you're doing those. One, you get the lead that says they came off the page, and then another one when they want to find out how much their home is worth. You'll only get the first lead because probably 5% of people are going to go through all those steps to find out how much their home is worth. Okay. So this is good. Let's get rid of this. All right. So back to here. So now you have a listing and it's a challenge, which is why I'm looking at Wagon Trail. Now, we forced a price decrease because it needed it, and it's
It means another
more.
improvement.
But we've gotten a little more views. You got an inquiry.
Oh, that.
Okay, let's talk about one thing. Let's say you see here under favorites, a bunch of them, 4 or 5 favorites. And the favorites, you come down here. This is, okay, someone says to me, Carrie, my listing isn't selling, or I'm not getting showings, or I'm not getting calls, any one of those. And we have a meeting. This is what happens. The first thing I'm going to do, guys, is open this report. Always. And when I see favorites here, the first thing I'm going to say is, have you reverse prospected? And I'm going to hear, something like that. Right? Anybody in this room or on my call? We are still on the call, right? We still have the Zoom open, do I not? Yeah, right? You guys still on Zoom? Did I lose my Zoom?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We're still here.
Okay, sorry.
Yes, we are.
I lost my picture and I was like, oh my God, did I lose my people? I did. They were all being so good and quiet. I was like, oh my gosh. Did I close everybody off? Okay.
We are mesmerized by what you're doing.
You're like, what is the next thing you do?
AKA we're zombified.
Time is up. Bye, guys. No. Okay. Does everybody on the call know how to reverse prospect, or does anybody not know how to reverse prospect?
So let me clarify, are you asking about the one when you put a listing in and you put, and when you go on your search, blah, 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 the MLS?
The MLS.
Let's.
Let's, well, both.
Favorite on the MLS, maybe we should take it down.
So let's talk about that little. Let's say you're in MLS. I'm going to take it 3 steps back, just in case anybody's like, I don't know what the heck you're talking about, Carrie. So
I'm thinking the one in search part where I put it in there.
I can't actually, because I don't have any listings, but let's pretend I do. So let's say I go into my listings, which I don't have any. No, I don't want to read anything. No. So matrix. Okay, I get to my matrix page, and you would have to go to my listings, but I'm going to go to my office listings, my firm listings. Where's my office listings? Jesus, my office listings rejected. My active listings, I don't have any. Where's my office listings? My listings rejected. My listings ready for approval. I all have zeros. View all. That's ridiculous. Oh, here we go. Jesus, I have it not. My office active listings. So this is just like Nona. That's so annoying. Okay, so if I opened a listing, whatever, any of my listings, right? Let's just say I open one of these. Marion Oak, Silver Spring, any of these, Village Walk. Let's just do like Nona. All right. Notice at the little bottom, mine is grayed out, but reverse prospect. You guys would click on that. I cannot. No, I can't. Okay. Do you have a Mac, right? Can you click on yours?
On reverse prospect?
Yeah. Click on yours. And then I'm gonna let you share your screen real quick.
So I did do reverse prospect.
No, I just want to show everybody what it looks like. So what happens is your reverse prospect email, the idea is brilliant. Would you all agree with that? Brilliant. It's so bad. It doesn't work at all.
I believe.
It's stupid. One of your customers likes this property.
I
How many customers you have in there? Like you don't even know. Like you have no idea. Nobody's going to take even 2 seconds to figure out what property could possibly match what they're talking about. So it's useless. Actually, it's worse than useless. You've annoyed people. Yes. Thank you. Can I have that? Actually, you know what? I'm going to let you share your screen, Lisa. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, you're not on the Zoom? Okay, then come here. I'm going to try to plug you in. Oh, Jesus. Are you okay? Oh my gosh.
These chairs are dangerous.
Yeah, you are not, no bueno there. Okay. So hang on, guys. I'm going to do something here.
That's pretty fancy.
Oh, you know what? They can't see it though. It's the problem.
Stick around.
Actually, you know what?
That was your yoga training, right?
Hold on.
Can't you just let her log in on your computer?
No, the problem is, that'd be just, she could log into her MLS, but it'll just take too much time. Hold on, I'm just gonna share my screen again. 1 second. We can fix this in 2 seconds. I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna take a screenshot and airdrop it to me. Just make life easier. Airdrop. Airdrop. Okay. All right. Thank you, Lisa. I'm going to hand it to you. See? I think that's a better idea. Okay. So we saved Lisa. Okay. All right. Here we go. So I took a screenshot from Lisa's. Can everybody see my screen? You guys online? Can you see my MLS screenshot, guys?
Yes.
Thank you. So this is what hers looks like, right? So if you hit reverse prospect, it shows the agents' names, their reference numbers, the count. I have no idea. If anybody could tell me what that actually means, it's supposed to be the amount of people that they've sent it to. I don't know if that's actually accurate. The date they've sent it, the email that they have, their office name and their phone number. I don't really care. I don't really believe the count. I think that sounds ridiculous. I don't really think that she sent it to 58 people. It doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, I'd love to think she did, but I know that one of her customers has hearted it, right? But what
Hey,
I'm going to
Gary.
do, yeah.
For some reason, I'm seeing a listing for 2024 Naval Lane rather than something about counts.
Hold on. Stop share. Share. It's a good thing that you told me that. Thank you. Now, can you guys see it?
Ew, that's the
Here
one.
we
Yep.
go.
That's the right one. Excellent. Okay.
So
So
how did you get here?
Chad, you sent it out. So you hit the little person at the bottom of the screen, the reverse person. You see it down here? No, you might not see it. I'd have to go back. I'll go back and show you. There's a little person. When you hit my listing at the very
Okay.
bottom of the screen, there's a person that says reverse prospect. And then this pops up.
Yeah.
And the idea is that these are all the people who have sent your listing to people. And if they heart it, what is the little light bulb if they're thinking about it? There's like different things. Whatever.
Interested.
Thank you if they're interested. Point being, you want to highlight all of this because it would be great if you could just highlight email, but that doesn't really work. So you highlight it all and you throw it in an Excel spreadsheet. Then all you do, I actually data field it and then I sort it and then I delete everything but the email. Or you could do email and name because then I sort it by ascending and then I can delete any duplicates. It's very simple and easy. But the idea is you're just trying to get the emails. Okay, that's all you want. You only want the emails. And then you get the emails into a spreadsheet. Okay, everybody with me now? Okay, everybody see what I'm seeing? Oh, no. Okay, everybody back with me? Everybody good? Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to go into ActivePipe and you're going to create an email and you're going to say create email. Now, remember, in ActivePipe, you have two emails. You have the templates and you have the shared emails. The shared emails are the ones that our team has created for you. The templates are the ones that are ready to use. So I like this template. I'm going to say Lisa's reverse prospect. This is just a name for you to know what it is. And now I'm going to say something cool about her property. This country estate, better country estate just got sweeter. How much lower? 100,000 sweeter. Right? Something like this. And I'm going to center it. So I'm going to do something like this, guys, right? I'm going to create a cool little title about it. And then I'm going to go here and then just simply, what's the address, Lise?
28510.
I have to wait. It's thinking. Let's wait. Please hold. 2851.
28515.
Still thinking. It's got a lot to think about these days. Okay. Christmas is coming. What does it want? You know, things are things.
Okay, what's the new outfit?
Induction, the only way to go. Okay. Here we go. So here it is, Wagon Court. It's 1-7 now? Okay. Now, if you want to change this, you can leave it. If you want to leave this, you can change it, whatever you want. Then you're going to say here, life, you might just say the private, is it private?
Yeah.
Estate, is there any bonus to the realtor? And your customer is already interested. Because they already had someone looking at it, right? Some people have this category thing. I have no idea why we have that. It to me serves absolutely no purpose, so I just pick anything. I'm going to hit save. Now what you're going to do is you could do one of two things. You could have uploaded that list into your Outlook, created a group, blah, 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 blah. Or you could do what I do, the shortcut. I'm going to say view preview. Oh, it looks lovely. Don't I just love it? I love it. You guys love it? We love it. Okay, fabulous. So I'm going to say share quick. Oh, no. I lied. Cancel. You might share it as long as your name is in there. Is my name in there now?
Your name.
No. I somehow.
You send it to yourself and then.
Oh yeah. Sometimes I actually have unsubscribed myself. Yes, 3 times now. I'm not sure how I've done it, but I quick send it to myself. And if the quick send doesn't work, and if you can't find yourself, you send preview and you type your email in here. That's the way around it. I've had to learn that because I have unsubscribed to myself. Okay. So then you go into your Outlook where you're going to get this. And it's not coming. Hello. View Premiere. It's not coming. So we're just going to go and now do the preview because send preview is quicker. Harry Repetto at premieresir.com. Okay, send preview. And it's going to come right away. See, it's already sent. We don't have to even wait for the other one. Come on. Let's go. Where is it? Said it was sent. It lied. No, it's always here. Here it comes. There it is. Preview always comes first. So then, doesn't it look fabulous? So then I just forward it. I get rid of the preview thing. I get rid of all this garbageola. Hello. And now, in the 2, I make this to myself. Right? In the BCC, I copy all the emails. It'll send to all of them.
You don't get caught in like the.
Nope.
Spam filter.
Nope. And if you feel like it's going to, you could just put them in a group and send them from Outlook because Outlook is meant to not get caught. Because when I was running for the board and I decided I had to look good, I was sending it to thousands of people and I was shut out of my Outlook. But I don't think you're going to have thousands of people in here. You're probably going to have a couple, maybe 100.
That spreadsheet into.
You could, wait, I don't even have to upload it. If you can upload it, I can't upload into ActivePipe. So for me, I would have to upload it into my Outlook and then Outlook links to ActivePipe. Either way, it doesn't matter. Yeah, but so that just elongates the process and I don't like to wait. But either way, but you see that now, if you got that, you would know because you see the price point, you see what it is, you see the area, you're like, oh, that's Lucy. Lucy likes that. Oh, it just got $100,000 less. She might be interested now, right? If you saw a stupid little thing, you'd be like, who the hell's that? I don't know. Just delete. That works. We have sold homes doing that.
And I clicked on the call.
Lisa Campire. See, and then I would send it out. And then you can, anybody who favorited it, of course you could call, but see, that actually works. So I do that. If anybody, so when I'm looking at this list track report, if I see anybody under favorited, I'm going to ask you, have you reverse prospected? That's the reverse prospect. It takes 2 seconds. You see how easy that is? Why wouldn't you do it? Now, in terms of here, if I see North Country Sir, Perry and Company Sir, Lisa, I'm going to say, have you contacted those companies?
No.
And then you know what I'm going to say next.
Mhm.
Pick up the
Does
phone.
it tell us, do we have like a certain person you contact there, or you just call the office,
You're going
or
to try to talk to their marketing person.
No, okay.
That's who you want to talk to. Now, if it's a really small place, it could be the broker. You just ask for the broker, but I would try to talk to the marketing person first, because if it's a small place, they may not have one, right? They may just have a broker. I don't know. It just depends on how small the office is. But they usually do have a marketing person. So I would say we always want to try to talk to the marketing person because they would send it out. That's typically the process. And we can always go to Alex too, because she could usually give us that information. But we have it, like if it's a lot of offices, I would go to Alex Wilbert. But she's so busy that if it's just a one office, I'm going to call the office. I don't want to bother her for something like that we could have found that out ourselves, because I know how busy she is. And then
Carrie,
yes,
can I just ask a question? So how, I don't quite understand that when it shows the office has been looking at it. Does that just mean that one agent from that office?
well, we don't know.
may
No,
look
it's not
at it?
agents. It's their customers. It's like that someone's on the Premier Sotheby's website looking at the listing. So somebody's on the, people are on 7 customers were on the Perry Sotheby's, Perry and Company office.
Okay, gotcha.
North
Okay, so we
Country
don't
Sir.
necessarily know. How do we know who those customers were? We don't.
don't, but what we want to do is contact their marketing people to say, can you send this out to your advisors so we can help give them information to send to their customers. That's the idea, because we know they clearly have customers interested, right? But like Perry and Company, who the heck is that? We don't know. So we're going to go over here and we're going to say, first of all, where is Perry and Company? Well, so we're going to say stay connected. We're going to hit this and we're going to do a little searching. We're going to say search. We're going to say offices. We're going to put the name in. We're just going to write Perry, search. Hello, Mr. Chat. Good. Since I was playing
Carrie-
you, morning.
Carrie,
Yeah.
there's no way for anybody to track back exactly which customers were looking at it, right?
No, like on Premier Sotheby's, we can't usually tell that either. I mean, that's not necessarily true because maybe they got some leads off of that. And if they did, the person who'd know that would be their marketing person. So that's another reason to contact marketing,
Okay. All
right?
thanks.
But especially, look, Perry and Company is one office in North Carolina. Super cool. So this would be the main phone number. You say, hey, I'm Lisa Campire at a Premier Sotheby's in Orlando. Is there any way I could talk to your marketing person? Right? And then you say, yeah, you guys have great marketing, blah, blah, blah. Love to connect, la, la, la. Listen, they love talking to us because we're Premier Sotheby's and we're #1, guys. They're like, oh my God, you have such amazing marketing. Yes, we know. They love talking to us. Look at that's you went to G&E, right? Everybody was like, oh my God, you're Premier. They're like, oh, you're Premier. Yes. Oh, yes. We're Premier. Yes. How can I help? So that's a great thing. And they may say, oh, could you send me your, and you say, sure. You create a friend. That's what we do, right, guys? But this is what you do. So you contact that main number because it's one office. If it was like 5 offices, right? If it's, that's when we're going to reach out to Alex to see if they have a main marketing person. It wouldn't be like talking to a Kathy Forrester, but you'd want to talk to like a Claire in the region or something like that, right? Because Kathy would be like very busy, right? So does that make sense, Janice?
There's only one.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. So that's how you're using that. And now the next thing I'm going to go to, because I'm not done with this report, guys. And I know we're running out of time here because we're well over. So if anybody has to go, but I'm going to say, look, New York, and its zip code 10021 has had 7 views. Washington, D.C., 2007 has had 6. I know, I don't know about the islands. And then comes Germany. But I would say I would do a boost And maybe you're gonna create some kind of a cool thing. Now, it's the holidays. I would talk to your sellers about a fly and buy program. Come on, fly down for the holidays. And while you're down here, if you choose to buy our beautiful country estate, we will, at closing, pay for your flights. Any builder rep in here knows the fly and buy. We've done a lot of business off of fly and buy. Fly and buy is a great program. Now, if you're from the villages, it's, try and buy, but we can't do that. So, but we're flying buyers. Yeah. And you just, put the caveat, up to X amount of dollars, because what if they bring the extended family, right? So we only make it up to a certain dollar amount. So maybe they'd be willing to do it up to 5,000 or whatever. Listen, why wouldn't they? If they're going to buy, it's only at closing and it's a credit, right? And then you advertise that in a beautiful social media post that we have Marketing Create, and you boost it to New York and Washington, who loves to come down for the holidays. And while they're down, let them come and check out our awesome country estate that just got $100,000 sweeter, right? Looking for your own piece of paradise, to go fishing, to go hiking, to go horseback riding. But you're creating that lifestyle piece, right? They're going to love that. There's your creativeness. You were praying about it. There you go. That's what they want you to do. There's creativity, right? That's how you use this report to come up with creative marketing campaigns. Because listen, if it's Germany, I'm not going to do a flying by, guys. I'm not going to. I mean, that flight cost would be much different, right? But I would definitely do it for New York and Washington. And we get a lot of New Yorkers and Washington folks coming down for the holidays, right? But, you got Ireland, Germany, Canada, Australia, UK. Now, you might still do some boosting over there, but I'm certainly not going to do flying by.
So this is the past 30 days. Would there be any reason to do the life of a listing?
No, because you just did a price decrease. That's why I was suggesting.
It was October.
Yeah, but still last 30 days is my point. Yeah, so I wouldn't do life of the listing. No, because it's a different thing. And you've had an inquiry from Sotheby's. Did you get it?
Yeah, that was,
It should have been the last 30 days.
yeah, that guy.
Okay, but you had one, so
Mhm.
whatever. Okay, so this is how you use this report. You follow me? All right, so you have a listing, you know exactly where to go. You go to Ready Promo Dashboard, whether you want to do it from a team perspective or whether you want to do it from an individual perspective, you go right down the list. You build up the pulse report so you don't start it until at least a week, right? Because you need to let the syndication start at least 48 hours. You build it up. I would say put at least 3 to 4 sites on there and then send it out, right? List track again. You want to wait for at least a week. You need some information. If you have no data, they're going to be like, boy, they say they're going to do all this stuff. They're terrible, right? You need to have some data on there. And then once you've done all those goodies, right, make sure you go to Social Bay and you create all the other things. And again, even if you have a high price listing, consider a virtual open house. Consider it because it is a great way to get some exposure through. Even for the holidays, if we wanted to do a group one where we're doing luxury extravaganza, a luxury expose, a luxury whatever, and maybe we showcase 3 luxury properties, 4 luxury properties. I mean, we have them, why not? You know, make it a luxury home every weekend. I don't know, but we could do something like that because we do have the luxury homes and it really would help establish us as the luxury leader, number one. It would help establish you guys. And I think, you know, you could get a couple people to help you do it. So you are, okay, first I'm one person at the bar, I'm another person or whatever the property is, right? Buy your pond. Just kidding. But at different parts of the property to showcase the lifestyle. And you do Zoom, right? So everybody is like, okay, back to you, Shandy. And you're by the boat dock. And back to you, you know, you're upstairs and back to you. So you're not walking the property because there's nothing more boring than watching somebody walk. Hi, this is Carrie Brand. Dear God, please don't do that. And if you do a kissy face, you're in trouble. Okay. Because that's definitely not Sotheby's. All right, everybody good? I got a lot of faces. Love it. Love the faces. Okay. Well, you guys have a great rest of your week. And again, for those who have just joined us, remember December 16th, Monday, 4 to 7 for our Christmas party at Christini's. And then make sure you RSVP because I'm still trying to get a head count. Okay. Have a great week, guys. Bye, guys.